Okay, in this video we're going to look at changing the oil filter adapter gasket on a Ford Mustang GT 2003. And there's the car there ready on ramps. You'll definitely need ramps to get under there. It's a little bit awkward to get to. So let's take a look at this. Okay, the signs that you might need a new oil filter adapter gasket. You probably have a huge oil leak on your driveway, or at least it's leaking a little to a lot of oil, but also maybe even a coolant leak as well, because the gasket actually handles coolant pipes which flow through it, and also oil too. So some people might say your head gasket is gone, but not necessarily. It might just be this $10 part which is gone on the car. So let's take a look at replacing it. The first thing you want to do is drain the coolant. So undo this lid right here, and that will allow air to flow into the system, so draining will be easy. Then get underneath the car and get a 19mm socket. A 3/4 inch socket also works, and just undo this little bolt here. This will allow the coolant to drain out of the system. And down here, make sure you have a piece of cardboard or plastic so you can channel it into your container, as it does make a really long line of liquid coming down. So you will either need to channel it down with something like that, or get a really big coolant pan to save your coolant. Okay, it may take around 10 minutes to drain all the coolant out of the system. You should have quite a lot. There's just over a gallon here. And then we can move on to unscrewing the oil filter. Okay, if you come over to the other side of the car, the driver's side, you can see it's really oily around here. It looks like the oil leak does come from the filter, but in fact it is actually the oil filter adapter gasket, which sits just behind here. So we're going to need to take off the filter and 4 10mm bolts, and also disconnect the oil sensor, the oil temperature sensor as well, to get at the existing gasket. Okay, make sure you have an oil pan handy, because you will drop the oil while taking the filter off. You can also couple this job with a complete oil change by unscrewing this bolt right here and draining all of the oil within the system into your oil pan. Okay, the next step, we've got to undo some 13mm bolts. A 1/2 inch socket will also work. The longer your rod, the easier time you're going to have, because it's in quite a small crevice we need to try and get into. Okay, so looking at the car from underneath, let's just turn that brightness up. I've put a socket on one of them, just there. That's one bolt. Another one right there, and another one right next to it here. That's 3 there. And if we come over, there is another one I've threaded here, so you can see which one. That one. 4 total. And you'll know that belongs to the gasket adapter, because this is the piece we'll be taking off. So these are all the bolts, and the 2 hidden up there. And this whole piece, this here and this little pipe here, will drop down when we've unleashed all those bolts. Do remember to disconnect this also. The switch is on the top, so maybe do the bolts and pull it down, and you can see the toggle switch, so you don't break this when pulling the sensor off. Okay, as soon as you take out the last 13mm bolt here, you're going to get a bit of a coolant surprise, so just be prepared for that with your coolant pan down there, because there it is. If you drain the coolant out the front of the system at the start of the video, you're not going to be waiting 10 minutes here, because you've already put that effort in. So there's not much left right now. You can see the gasket right there, so we're going to have a look at it and see how bad of condition it's in. Okay, there's the old one. You can see right there, that's the source of the problem we're having. Crazy. So make sure your new one is the right part by lining it up. You know, courtesy check, you don't want to put it back and it doesn't fit. And let's try and repeat these steps in reverse and get it back together. Okay, optionally, if you want to do a proper job, it's probably a good idea to disconnect this hose clamp right here, and then you can slide off this whole piece. You can check for pitting on the other side of here to make sure this is flush before you put the new one back on, because it might need bit of a clean and a bit of a sanding down before you put that new one back on the vehicle. Okay, I managed to pull the sensor off here. I do need to take that up a little bit. That's pretty bad having that exposed. You can clean this up with quality brake cleaner. That will get rid of all this gunk and stuff. Before you decide whether to disconnect this hose clamp, I mean, it just takes some pliers to take it off. You can actually see on top of here, it's a really bad angle, but you can see the quality of the top of the adapter, and you can also feel it to see if it requires any sanding. This actually feels really smooth, so I'm going to save myself a job and not disconnect that clamp and sand it down, because really it feels quite nice actually. So we're just going to put that adapter back on. To do that, put the adapter, push it against here flush, and put a couple bolts in so it doesn't fall out of place. That way when you push it back onto the engine block up there, it's all nicely aligned and it can push right back in really easy. So there we go. Repeat the steps in reverse, and hopefully your oil and coolant leak problems are sorted, if this is indeed the issue with your vehicle. Believe it or not, this is actually a common problem with Mustang GTs of this year and the surrounding years. So hopefully this replacement part will be slightly better than the original, so we won't have this problem again. Okay, when doing this, make sure you tighten the bolts in a sort of circular order, and make sure all 4 of them get their threading before you tighten it. The last thing you want to do is ruin the threads or potentially the gasket you've just put on. Once you've put all that back together, tighten nice and snug and put your temperature sensor back in. And you can also put on a new oil filter. I literally put a new one on last week, so I'm going to put this one back on. If you're getting a new one, just fill it up with oil, just so you have some oil in the system right here, and just rub this O-ring here with a little bit of oil, and then screw it back on there. Okay, now we're going to put our coolant back in. Remember to tighten the coolant plug at the bottom. You don't want it draining straight back out. And also check your oil and top off your oil as well, because when we took that filter off, you may have drained a quart or so doing that. So once those 2 levels are done, check for leaks underneath the car. The last thing you want is the car dribbling away and you didn't notice it leaking from the adapter. And if all good, start it up, see how it runs. Okay, one quick thing when putting your coolant back in, just quickly put the lid back on so it's nice and tight, and squeeze this breather hose here. That will make sure the coolant spreads around the system, so it's immediately where it needs to be when your car starts. 2 hands will give you a better flow through the system, but I'm holding the camera, but you get the idea. So there we go, all ready to go. Once you're confident that that was indeed the source of your oil leak, you probably have the greasiest engine block in your whole neighborhood, because I'm sure that leak has been flowing around the engine, making everything really caked up and nasty. So it's good to degrease it. Good way to do that, just warm the engine up so things are nice and warm, not hot, warm. And then use some oven cleaner. It's about $1. It's way cheaper than, well, ours was actually 50 cents. But it's way cheaper than buying engine degreaser, which is more like $5, $6, $7, and it does a great job. So just get it nice and warm, spray it all the way over after 5-10 minutes, hose it all down, and get rid of all this grease, and hopefully your vehicle will be back to where it was beforehand. So thanks for watching, take care, and good luck with the project.